Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel. I'm now answering question number 7 from the specimen paper for the paper 4 of the IGCSE Cambridge 0580. This is specimen paper B, and this gives us practice of the type of questions that you might expect in the new kind of format of the exam. So this is the calculator paper. And we're told that Talia invests $1,500 in a savings account for 4 years. The account pays simple interest at a rate of 2.16% per year. Calculate the total interest she receives at the end of 4 years. So here we have to use a formula that the interest, which is just the extra amount given, is equal to PRT over 100. Okay, so we have to find the interest. That's what we have to find. Now we know that P stands for the principal, which is the amount invested, which is 1,500. And we know that R stands for the rate, which in this case is given, but we only use 2.16. Okay, we don't use the percent sign because we got the 100 there. And the time we know is 4 years. So we can substitute these values in. We have 1,500 times 2.16 times 4 all over 100. That will tell you the extra amount in the account at the end of 4 years. So these zeros cancel out. So we're left with 15 times 2.16 times 4. So we've got 15 times 2.16. We could use this button here. Times 4, okay, and that gives you 130. That's $130. Okay, there's the answer to part A. Now part B, it says Kilian invests $1,500 in a different savings account. The account pays compound interest at a rate of R% per year, and we have to calculate the value of R. So now we're dealing with compound interest. Now compound interest is always based upon the amount in the previous year. So simple interest is always based upon the amount in the original year, whereas compound interest it kind of is based upon the rate at the beginning of the previous year. Okay, so it's what they call compounded. And the formula for compound interest, you get the new value with this formula. You don't get the extra amount like you do with simple interest. You get the whole new value. And the value is equal to the principal times the rate, which is 1 plus R over 100, times the, or to the power of N, which is the number of years for which this is going to be invested. So we know that P here is equal to 1,500. We know that R here is equal to what we have to find. And we know that the value of the investment V is going to be 1,825. That's how much it's going to be after the number of years, which is 5. So we've got to find what the value of R is given these. So we know V, 1,825 equals, we know P, which is 1,500. 1 plus R, which is, as we have to find, okay, to the power of N, which is 5. So we have to rearrange this formula to make R the subject. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'll do 1,825 divided by 1,500 equals 1 plus R to the power of 5. And then I'm going to take the fifth root of both sides. So I have 1 plus R is equal to the fifth root of 1,825 over 1,500. So R is equal to all of this, the fifth root of the root of 1,825 over 1,500, and I've got to take away 1 from that. Okay, we've got to take away one from that, because that was 1 plus R, we've got to take away 1. So that will give us our answer. We can just stick that in our calculator. So we have the fifth root. So we've got a shift and this button here. That's the fifth root. So I'll put 5 up there. Of 1,825 over 1,500. And that's going to be take away 1. Okay, so that will give us the rate, which is 0.04. Okay, so 0.04. That was the rate of interest, all right, which caused this to become from 1,500 to 1,825 in those 5 years. So there's your answer to part B of this question. Is there a part C? No. So this question is all about basically simple and compound interest, okay, which is a subset of the percentages chapter. So other questions that you'd like to find from the paper itself, you can find in the playlist at the top. Questions which are from the topic of percentages and specifically simple and compound interest, you find in the playlist below here. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link on top. Thank you for watching and see you soon.